What's up, table tennis nerds, and welcome back to the Limittless channel. This is Road to 1550 TTR Series week 29, and today it's gonna be a more technical episode. I added some slow motions so we can talk about some things a little bit more in depth. Please let me know how you like that, because this is clearly the only way that I can share my thoughts a little bit deeper than in the normal speed videos. Here we do, as you can see, Mathias plays the ball also sometimes a little higher, sometimes slower, sometimes faster. And obviously this is me. I have to topspin from the backhand side, and then every now and then he plays me the forehand side for different reasons. First of all, grip switch and sidestep movement, that this is good, that my racket stays nice and high, nice and up, that I stay in a ready position, leaning forward on my toes, all the good stuff. And very, very helpful exercise. Lately I mentioned that in previous episodes that I use this cross step too much when the ball comes into my right forehand. And this is also, as you can see, I use the sidestep here, which is fine, which is what I want to do. And now we do flipping. So we start with flipping, and then it's the same thing. So Mathias blocks me in my backhand and every now and then into my forehand. And flipping became a big part of my game, and I use it more and more. Obviously, in the real matches, I need to get still more comfortable to use it as much as in training, but I'm getting there. And also, which was what it trains very well is when you flip, you are close to the table. You step into the table, and right afterwards you have to step back again, because if your flip gets blocked, you have to be away from the table to be in good position still. Yeah, it's also very helpful. And here, multi-ball for the forehand topspin touch against backspin. And Mathias wanted me to topspin parallel, which is obviously a little shorter movement than diagonal. And And here is super interesting, guys. This is something I love doing. It's these short, close to the table counter top spins that you see all the pros using, so effective. And Mathias is very good at that himself. He has a long reach, so sometimes you top spin him diagonally and you're like, okay, this is a point, but then he does this short movement and you're done. And he gets the point. And here you see it is a very small movement. Look at this in detail, very small. I have to keep the racket up and forward. There's no backswing. And then you just give a little touch, so to speak. It's like a mini topspin. Like, it's more than a block, clearly. It adds some spin and takes the speed and spin from the opponent. And as you can see in the backhand, it's an even smaller motion. And here you see it, boom, the contact point is clearly, I call it a mini topspin, okay? So I think the point comes across. So yeah, very, very interesting. And then this is already another session. This first serve was pretty okay. I talked about in the previous episodes that my serves Saturdays, I hit the ball too high, I stand too tall, I hit it from up to down. The point of contact is too far in the front of the table. Let's look at this. This is better. Look, the point of contact way later. And it bounces 3 times, which is okay. The first one was better, I think, but yeah. And also the racket angle is parallel. It's very open. It's parallel to the ground. And later on in this episode, I will compare it. And you can see the difference. And when I use it in exercises with Mathias, it's way worse again, because I don't pay attention on the serve too much. Like here, obviously I'm only focusing, because it's serve training, I'm only focusing on serves. But yeah, and I'm about to implement that more and more. And here, this is just me trying to training by myself, because I had to wait a bit, so I used the time and I always come up with ideas how I can train without a partner. Also, we explain uh, this a lot in our instructional, in the beginner instructional. What can you do when you're alone, when you don't have a partner, or even at home? So definitely, you want to check it out if you're a beginner and want to get better. Yeah, here multi-ball backhand openers, because I noticed on the game day I had before that I fell back a lot when I did my backhand shots, my backhand topspin. And yeah, sometimes you have mistakes that you didn't do that much and then you start doing them. So it's really important to notice that and then work on it to fix it again. Here we fixed it. As you can see, I'm not falling back that much. I'm leaning more forward. And obviously, if it's not backspin, you see I'm leaning even more forward. And I really like the short movement I do with the backhand. Not so much against backspin, it's bigger obviously, but if you want to rewind and look at the short movement, and I'm inspired 100% by Darko Jogic and Patrick Franziska. They both have very, very stable, very solid backhand topspins. Of course, Darko, his wrist speed is from another dimension. And yeah, fun story, how I learned backhand technique is just watching Lin Shidong, just watching him play. And I'm like, because at this point I didn't have a backhand at all. I watched him play, I went to practice, I tried the same movement and it clicked right away. It's a fun story there. I'm a visual learner a lot, so yeah. So here, that's what I mean. Just look at my serve and then you will see the difference. And here again, I don't know, you see Mathias plays sometimes slower ball, sometimes faster, sometimes higher, because that's what I have trouble with. I'm very used to a good speed, like when Mathias blocks me perfectly, like here normal blocks, I'm very used to this because I have most of my repetitions from training, from exercises, come from this speed. But if things change, if there's a lot of side spin, backspin, slow, defender, other rubbers, I'm in trouble. Plus the stiffness in a Saturday game, and that's a perfect recipe for disaster. So it's just a game of repetitions and gaining experience through these repetitions, and also gaining confidence in your abilities to handle all the different things. We talked also about this in this session a lot, and that's why you will see probably for the first time us including something, an exercise that you will see later. And yeah, again, look at the serve, the first bounce. This was better, but usually the first bounce is too early. I hit the ball too high, not net height, and that's a problem. So, and I will definitely work on it and fix it. I trained that wrong for so long, so it's not just volume, you just have to train things correctly. Yeah, and here it's obviously, I think here I don't know where Mathias will push me, and this was very, very important session, because he explained me how important it is to get under the ball when it's a backspin ball you have to deal with, and to keep the body, the arm movement, everything must happen together. So your body comes from down to up, and that brings the ball over the net, and the belly and the forward leaning bring the stability in. And it's very, very good tip, because otherwise it's just, if you just try to get the ball over the net when it's heavy backspin, just the arm movement, that's disaster. It's just stiffen, everything stiffens up and you will hit the net a lot, and it's not a good shot. So here, let's look at the serve. I stand super high. My racket comes from way too high. The first bounce is too far forward, and as you can see, the second bounce is so far on Mathias' side that he could attack this easily. Yeah, but again, I'm working on it every session now. Working on it. Yeah, and here's what I was telling you. I had problems against the defender lately, so Mathias explained me again that it's super important to have a nice chain of movement, and just keep everything together and come from leaning down to leaning up and forward to bring the ball over the net. It's more like the whole body brings the ball over the net. And yeah, if you get this feeling, I must really say also in the follow-up session, the few hours later that I had, it helped me so much. I almost didn't do any mistakes against backspin, just keeping this in mind. And then to keep the arm loose, because it stiffens my arm, my whole body up a lot when I play against backspin too much, or even against defenders or pimple players in practice. So here we just did a few normal top spins to totally loosen up. You can have a closer look at the technique. And yeah, I hope you like these more detailed sessions and explanations. Let me know how you like it, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. You're going to help us a lot. On the left you can see my TTR curve, which looks more like a youth player's TTR curve, but I'm 46 now, and yeah, it's possible. So guys, check out the beginner instructional. We put everything in there that helped me to get there, and this wouldn't have been possible with the normal club structures. It's just impossible, believe me. I talk to so many people and know it from own experience. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for future episodes.